Hello everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a review and demonstration, a little demo for you of Bioderma. And I don't want to read it in French because I haven't quite learned French yet, but it's the Créaline H2O Solution Micellaire, which is like a micellar water. And these are really popular lately. They've become quite popular. I know they've been popular with makeup artists for a while because they're really effective, really gentle, and I don't know, I feel like a lot of makeup artists working in Paris had easy access to Bioderma and this type of stuff, which I don't know any American brands that really make one specifically. Yeah, but you know. So I'm going to show you how it works, because there's a few things that I didn't know first that I wish I would have known, otherwise I wouldn't have made the assumption that this doesn't work. So I'm going to show you how it works first, and then I'm going to do the review based on how the demo goes, because I've used this before with makeup, like full makeup like this, and it's worked, but I used a little bit heavier duty stuff. I used like the Perversion liner from Urban Decay, and then on my upper lash line is Junkie. These are 24/7 liners, and they're supposed to be really long lasting. I should have tried it with the NARS pencils. We'll see. So I'm going to get a few cotton pads. So what you need to do is, first of all, let's give a little background information. So this is a French pharmacy brand. I got mine off of Amazon. I will have to put the pricing below how much I paid for it because the price fluctuates, and I got mine like via Prime, so it's Prime eligible, so it ships, so it's legitimate, because I know there's a few issues with people getting fake Bioderma. And the way to tell that if it's real or not is you should not be able to remove the cap. And they did this so that way no one could remove the cap and then fill it with just plain old water or something like that and then sell it for a high price tag. You shouldn't be able to get it off. And also when you shake it up, it should have little tiny foaming bubbles at the top. You see that? If it doesn't foam or if it doesn't bubble like this, then it's not real Bioderma. That's just what I read on someone's blog. Like, I don't think this foams either. No, this bubbles. So I think it has something to do with the kind of solvents in here that are made to break down the makeup. So 500 ml, they sell a 250 ml, I think, and then also a really small kind of travel size one. And then they might sell one bigger than this. I'm not entirely sure. And this is the traditional. I know it's Sensibio in other places, and there's also one for oilier skin, which doesn't make sense. I mean, I know that this is a makeup remover. It's not made. It says it's for. It says for sensitivity, I think, peau sensible, sans parfum, which means without fragrance, and then it's for visage and yeux. I know that you can use this to remove all your makeup on your face. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like a makeup artist because it's not really thorough. I do it sometimes when I'm feeling really, really lazy. It's better than nothing. But yeah, I just heard so much about this, and the reason I got it in the first place was because I've never used a makeup remover that doesn't really bother my eyes and doesn't sting and isn't drying around my eyes and doesn't cause like dark circles or irritation. And I don't know, I don't really like using oils all that much because I get that cloudy vision. So what you're going to want to do is take your cotton pad and pour some product out and get it pretty saturated. This is a really great... the packaging is great on this because you can control the exact amount you want. Even if you just tilt it without pouring, the right amount comes out. It's a steady flow that's not too fast or too much, so that way you end up wasting product. So I get it pretty saturated. Place it on your eye. I almost like open my eye ever so slightly, then close my eyelid on top of it. That way it's able to slightly get in there on the waterline, which sounds kind of weird, but you know what I'm talking about. And you have to hold it here for a while. The first time I didn't wait long enough, and it didn't do anything. It didn't remove anything at all. And that's kind of, I'm kind of stubborn because I don't like to wait and I don't like to hold it on my eye, and so I feel like that's why makeup removers before haven't hurt, and I rub my eyes a lot and I'm too aggressive with them, which I shouldn't be. It's something I just don't even think about, like I don't ever catch myself doing. So I like to do a little wiggle. Press it, and then you're gonna lift up, and I like to lift up and away, so like I'm pulling towards above my ear. So lift up and away. So that's what that removed. Now I don't know how well you can tell. There's still some mascara on there, and I use waterproof mascara too, by the way. It removed it, but didn't remove all of it. So that's the thing, is you really have to hold it there. I don't know if that was long enough time either. We'll see. I'm going to try the other side. And I'm doing this all in real time because I want you to see how long you actually have to hold it on your eyes. Because I don't want to do like a fake review where it's like, oh, time lapse, and then all of a sudden everything works. So there we go. That is actually basically all removed. I'm going to flip it over. And the reason you need to hold it on your eyes for kind of an extended amount of time is because it has to dissolve the makeup. But I have very sensitive eyes, and I can tell you right now, this is not irritating at all. My eyes don't feel dry afterwards, my vision doesn't get cloudy because there is no oil in here that I know of. All the ingredients and everything, it's all in French, so I couldn't tell you even if I... But this is super, super gentle, and I'm not even, I sound like I'm being paid to say that, but I kid you not, like, I can't tell the difference other than it feels a little bit more slippery than water, but it just basically feels like I just put water in my eyes. There's no stinging, there's nothing at all, which is important to me because I have very sensitive eyes when it comes to makeup removers. So there's that. So I'm going to do the other one now, and I'll leave it on a little bit longer. Now, I've had mine for about, I want to say, a little over a month, and this is the only, and I don't use it every day. But sometimes I do need to use more than one cotton pad on like really hardcore makeup. So as you can see, this is what I've used in about a month's amount of time. And I also took some in a little separate container to bring with me when I would go like to sleepovers and stuff, because it's a way to quick cleanse, and you know, better than hauling my huge giant cleanser. And so I did take some with me, and so I used that as well. So it wasn't just, sometimes I used it to, that's why, because I put quite a bit in the container, and then I would use that to like cleanse my whole face, which is a big no-no. You're not supposed to, but I did it anyway, so shh. But yeah, as a facial cleanser, it's not as effective as other things, but I figure if I wasn't wearing any makeup that day, and I followed it up with like a separate toner, I felt like that was better than not doing anything at all, or better than using a wipe. But I remember the first time I used it properly, I was just wearing waterproof mascara, and I put it on my eye and I held it there, and then when I removed the cotton pad, you could see like the little lines that my eyelashes had created because the makeup had just basically, it sucked all the mascara off, essentially. It was very, very strange to see. It looked like someone stuck a false eyelash on there, or used a false eyelash as a stamp. So that was, I don't know how long that amount of time was, and I still have a little bit left. But let's be honest, no makeup remover is like a one swipe. As much as people try to like sell it as one or make it seem like it is one, I've never used one that's a one swipe. Now, I've never used like the Lancome Be Facile, or the Clinique Take the Day Off. I've used the Neutrogena one, which I really liked, and I like the CVS version of it. And I've used makeup wipes from Neutrogena. I've used the Almay one. I've used Makeup Forever Sensitize, and that dries my eyes out so bad and it stings. I tried the Sephora one. I know the only thing that really works on taking everything off is the MAC Cleanse Off Oil, but that's also like an oil-based cleanser, so obviously it's just going to dissolve everything. But you might have to go back a few times, but basically the point is that this is effective, and I'm not having to tug on my eyes at all. I'm not having to yank around and like I normally would, because I just never found a makeup remover that worked, so I would tend to tug harder because I just wanted to get it all off. It's frustrating when something that is supposed to take your makeup off doesn't. Because, like I said, my eyes are sensitive, and look, like I took all my eye makeup off. Now, I just put that eyeliner on before I did this, like about 5 or so minutes ago, because the only thing I was wearing today was like a few coats. I layered this clump crusher on top of this on my eyes. So I was wearing 2 coats of waterproof mascara, but I just wanted to show you that with other eyeliners and stuff it works. Now, so that's my disclaimer, is that I did put that on like only 5 minutes before, but it did have time to set. So it's not, you know, if anything, it would be easier to remove if I just, if I had been wearing it all day and it had kind of worn off partially on its own. So that is my disclaimer. Now, I will tell you, once I like use this cotton pad, let's see, let's dry it off. I want to tell you if my eyes feel any dryness at all. They do feel a little dry. They don't feel like parched or dehydrated, but my eye area feels a little bit kind of tacky almost. And it doesn't feel as smooth and hydrated as it did before. So I would have to follow this up with a moisturizer or an eye cream or something like that. But I would say, and I'm going to start this whole, like, I'm going to do individual product reviews and I'm going to rate it on a system of like 0 to 10. I would give this a 9 out of 10. And the only reason, and this has nothing to do with the product itself, and if anything, it's like, it's finally available for us in the US. I know in Europe it's a lot easier to come by, but the accessibility of it is a little bit difficult. You have to order it. I mean, Amazon will guarantee that it's a legitimate product, and if you have Prime, you're going to get it in 2 days, and I only paid however much money I paid for it. I think it was around $35 for this huge size. I think the Lancome one for a quarter of this size is even more, or around that price, but it's worth the price, and it's not that much of a hassle to get it through Amazon, but it's not as easily accessible as like the Lancome one, like the Clinique one, like the Neutrogena one, because you can get those from drugstores or Sephora or Ulta or counters or anything like that, but this you have to order online. It's an online only thing if you are in the US, unless you can find a place that does stock it. And you do have to be careful about the legitimacy of some of them, because if you buy it from eBay or something like that, they might sell you a fake one. So I would say you have to order it on Amazon to ensure that it's going to be real, because if you get it from a third-party seller, there's no telling what they're going to do to it. So it's a great product. The packaging's great. It's very gentle. It lives up to its claims. It lives up to its hype. It's one of those products that has the background of makeup artists building it up and everyone talking about it, and it actually follows through, because there are just, you know, honestly, there are some times where people talk about products and they don't end up working. Foundations might not be for the right person. Eyeshadows might have a weird consistency for some people, but eye makeup remover really can't be biased, because it has a job and it's supposed to do that job, and this is something that does what it says it's going to do, and it does it effectively and gently, and I appreciate that as someone with very sensitive eyes and who's never had good luck with eye makeup removers before. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will talk to all of you later. Bye, guys.